The movie begins at Bonnie's house, and she is playing with all her toys, where we can see that Trixie is excited because it will be the first time they will play dinosaurs. But suddenly we see that she had not been chosen, and she is very sad that she will never be a dinosaur. So all her friends start to motivate her to make her feel better, and then they are on their way to play with a friend of Bonnie's. We go to Mason's house, and Bonnie is excited to play with her friend, but when she arrives, she realizes that her friend only plays video games, and she throws the toys so he invites her to play. Then the toys decide to come out of the backpack, and Trixie realizes that Mason has new dinosaur toys. But suddenly we see a toy move, and they start following it to get to the dinosaur base. So they decide that they are going to enter the base, but suddenly we see an alarm go off, and they end up being surrounded by some dinosaur toys. Trixie starts to say that they are wild toys, and then we are introduced to the toy warrior Maximus. He begins to tell them that he is excited to meet them, and that their leader is known as the wise cleric. Then we see that the toys begin to be modified to have armor and become more powerful because their tribe is known for having great battles. We start to see that they are walking through the dinosaur tribe, and Trixie is excited to have new friends. The warrior begins to tell her that in order to live in their tribe, they have to have battles, and they have always beaten rivals throughout their history. Then we see the cleric use his little staff to sound the alarm, and everyone begins to prepare for the battles to begin. We go to the arena, and everyone is excited to see the new battles. The cleric begins to tell them that the battles are about to begin, and that they will be fighting against toys that are not dinosaur. We begin to see that they are fighting against the new toys, and they manage to defeat them very easily. But suddenly we see that their friends also arrive, and they end up being attacked as part of the battles. Then they start fighting working as a team, and we see that Trixie helps them so they don't get defeated. So the cleric decides to bring a giant dinosaur, and they end up being eaten by the new toy. Trixie starts attacking it to free her friends, and everyone realizes that she has a mark on her foot. The toys begin to say that she is an enemy of their tribe, and that they have to destroy her for deceiving them. So Trixie decides that she has to go get Bonnie, and then starts running to get help. We start to see that she is being chased by the warrior Maximus, and Trixie ends up confessing to him that they are just toys. The warrior is surprised to discover the truth, and Trixie takes advantage of the situation to escape, while the cleric is using Rex to attack his friends and says that he will never confess to them that they are just toys. So they will be thrown into the ventilation fan to protect the secret. We go to Trixie, and she is on her way to disconnect the video game, but suddenly we see that the dinosaur appears and starts attacking her to stop her from disconnecting the cable. Trixie starts to tell him that it is not bad to be a toy, and that her child will be the one to decide what kind of toy it will be, because they have a mission to be for their children. So the warrior decides that he will turn off the power, and we see that for the first time, he ends up being chosen to play with his child, while his friends were being taken away to be destroyed. But suddenly we see that the children arrived in time, and they managed to save them from being thrown into the fan. We begin to see that they are playing with their new toys, and that everyone is happy to be playing with their children. We return to Bonnie's house, and everyone is happy to have made new friends, because they had the opportunity to play in new ways, and Trixie was able to realize that she is not just a dinosaur. As a post-credits scene, we see that the dinosaur Maximus is missing Trixie, and says that he will always be waiting for the moment of her return. This is how the movie ends. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment on what more movies you would like to see on the channel.